Am I better?
always
Is it
start in the
starting
morning.
to come through better? Do I still look like absolute trash? I don't know.
It's fine, dude. Like, yeah.
Okay, you said it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. When I get done, I'm going to throw the router out and set the garage on fire. But until then, I'm good. I'm also frustrated because I literally woke up at 7:23. Stephanie did not make coffee before. I don't like. I guess on the days that I don't wake up when she gets up for work, she just doesn't have coffee. Because she never like. There's never a pot of coffee whenever I wake up after she's already left for work. So I'm drinking one of these fucking Black Rifle things and having a Pop-Tart. This is the most pathetic ass Pop-Tart I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is this Pop-Tart? And this is supposed to be a fucking frosted Pop-Tart. Where's the frosting? That shit don't count.
Is that the is that like a Pop-Tart brand Pop-Tart, or is that the
Yes, it's the Pop-Tart brand. It's the
I thought that was
chocolate
off-brand.
It's the chocolate chip Pop-Tart. No, it's the logo. It's their thing.
Oh, those are. I remember those. I used to like those though, because what you do. Okay, so if you have milk, you dip those in milk, dude. Best thing ever. Like, but it doesn't have any frosting like on the outside really, which sucks. But it's
My
kind of
wife
like a
just
cookie
started
on the
eating
inside.
Pop-Tarts again. So that's come back up. I didn't eat a lot of Pop-Tarts as a kid, but I do remember when I did, they tended to be like the s'mores, not like the fruity ones, like the chocolatey ones.
Yeah, chocolate chip. There's like a chocolate chip cookie dough kind of one, and then the s'mores. Yeah, those are my two favorite for sure.
And this one does have a
Can you believe
similar
that was
flavor.
considered breakfast?
yeah.
So
This
terrible.
one does have a similar
God.
flavor as the s'more, so it's not a terrible taste. It's just although I remember being
It
a
could
kid.
still be my breakfast, but now it's like, well, I kind of don't want to be 300 pounds, so.
As a kid, my granddad came to visit for a summer and stayed on the farm with us. The one who lived in Louisville, not the one who always lived on the farm. He didn't like just come down the road and stay with us for some reason. That would be weird. But so my granddad came to visit and gave him a Pop-Tart one time, and he took a bite of it. He goes, that tastes like cardboard. And that was the end of Pop-Tarts for him.
Yep.
See, now if it was specifically the strawberry ones, I don't know what it is. When I had the strawberry ones, I had them a few times, and then I just couldn't ever again because it does taste like cardboard, like whatever the crusting like on the outside of it. Just specifically the strawberry ones for some reason. Like the rest of them, okay, fun, but like the strawberry ones, I don't know. They've screwed up somewhere.
I ate a lot of Eggos as a kid for breakfast. Breakfast toaster, pastry type item. Lots of Eggos.
Yeah, see, I never got like legit Eggo brand, but like we would get the off brand. The off brand was usually just as good actually. So.
Yeah, good enough.
It's amazing the garbage that our parents fed us as kids, and we still survived and turned out, relatively decent sized.
My family ate relatively healthily, and that's why I'm still. I'm like, they gave me Pop-Tarts. Like, how did my mom ever give me Pop-Tarts? Like, it's crazy. Like she did, because I remember her bitching about sugary cereals as a kid.
I think the mentality behind it is like sugar in the morning. I think there's some validity to like sugar to start your day is okay. Like sugar throughout your day is not a good thing, but like at the start of your day because it starts, get some of your metabolic processes going and stuff like that. Cause
what would they always say? They'd say, "Oh, part of a balanced breakfast." So it's like they really pitch it in the advertising like it's a breakfast food and it's healthy and this and that. But that's obviously fucking nonsense.
Yeah, but I think there is science to like a little bit of sugar helping you in the morning, but like the rest of it. I mean,
hey, let's say a little bit of sugar, but that's hardly like Captain Crunch or some shit.
Yeah.
Really now that I think about it, it might have been the divorce that did it. Because then both my parents are more likely to give me sugary snacks. for the love.
trying to convince you to love them by giving you sugary sweet shit.
Let me get away with more.
Like, the part of a balanced breakfast thing, then when you find out just what a complete lie the food pyramid is, and how much you really shouldn't be eating all those carbohydrates, and you should really have a whole lot more meat. And,
yeah. In the picture, it's orange juice, Captain Crunch, toast. Like that's like not even. They don't even show bacon and eggs in the picture on TV. And they say the part of the balanced breakfast thing.
No protein
Carbs
at all.
and
Just
sugar.
like...
Don't get me wrong, man. I'll tear down a stack of pancakes on Sunday.
Oh no! When we go to like we went to like Pigeon Forge a lot of times. I swear, you always got to go to the pancake houses. They're the best thing about like in Tennessee.
Yeah, good pancakes. That's another thing. It's easy to forget. It's not healthy breakfast. Pancakes for breakfast, You're like, oh, it's breakfast food, but you better get like bacon and eggs with it, And that's one thing that bugs me. Like to go to like IHOP or some shit. Like it's like they have pancake breakfasts or they have like meat breakfasts. But like a good like little hole in the wall breakfast place will have like a 2x2x2, or it's like 2 eggs, 2 bacons, and 2 pancakes. There you go. That's a balance.
2 eggs
with a treat.
You gotta go to Denny's and get that Grand Slam. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Get you some hash browns, some bacon, some sausage, some eggs, and.
But for some reason, I've never had a good experience at a Denny's. So.
Well, the experience isn't supposed to be good. It's still a Denny's. Go get your nice little moons over my hammy. We actually looked up. We were talking about Shoney's yesterday, and we actually looked it up. There is still a couple Shoney's in Florida.
Yeah, they're like I think they went bankrupt a couple years ago, and they're trying to like rebuild or something like that. Yeah,
I've seen so many Shoney's burned down, like over the course of the last like 3 decades. The amount of burned out Shoney's I've driven by, and I even saw. I think it was like a Saturday Night Live episode, like 20 years ago. They made some joke about the burned out Shoney's around the corner. I'm like, no way! All the Shoney's in our town burned down. So like you said, Trey, man, they must have been going bankrupt and pulling a lot of insurance fraud.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, any Shoney's that actually still exists, it's almost like the multiple types of like mattress stores or Long John Silver's being around.
Long John Silver's. Fuck! I saw a commercial for them yesterday. A commercial. They're still doing commercials.
Every Long John Silver's around here is shut down. Like they're replaced by something else.
We've got them. We've got Captain D's also. I've never been to a Captain D's.
Captain
D's.
Like
I should.
It's okay. You get what you pay for, but it's if you like cheap fried fish,
fried okay. Everything.
They did have some grilled stuff. They tried some like blackened fish. Wasn't a fan of it, but
yeah, it's about fast food fish, man. I'm gonna have it anyway. It's gonna be fried.
Yeah.
You guys do anything fun this weekend?
No.
We decided, Trey and I, on Friday morning, decided in lieu of a show, we would play Helldivers, and then we continued to play Helldivers throughout the weekend. So that was our big. Oh, I did see Deadpool and Wolverine over the weekend. It was very good. I highly recommend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, if I can get away from the crew, I might have to go see it. But or if we can if we can just go together, I don't think she'll care for it. But yeah, some way I can see.
I saw the splash screen for them advertising it on Hulu or HBO or whatever, and it's just like it just looks so silly with Deadpool on top of the car. I think anything with Deadpool is supposed to be kind of silly, right?
Oh, the funniest thing about like so they've they've went crazy with the advertisement for this for Deadpool and Wolverine. It's so off the wall and goofy. Like they have the Xbox controller for both Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's like they're like on the back of the controller, it's their butt. Like, I don't know.
So full 3D representation.
Yeah.
Don't ask what the joysticks are. Oh shit. Sometimes I wish I was more of a nerd and I could get excited about, I want to go get that new controller because it looks like some dude that I like.
Yeah, I feel like you get like you like get into the like blowing money on that stuff.
That's Sean's dumbass. He has literally no bills and he has no money in his bank account ever. Even though he works a good job and makes like good money, he doesn't work a whole lot of hours. But he works anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week, $15 an hour. Literally no bills. Like he should have money, and yet he is broke 100% of the time because he keeps buying dumb bullshit. Like I'm taking away all of your access to your account. Like I will go to the bank and just lock your account. Like I'm the adult signer on this thing. I can just shut it down whenever I want to. Quit fucking wasting all your money on dumb shit. And I get it, but at the same time, fucking stop.
Yeah, I mean, like there's a lot, like a point where it's like, well, honestly, if you have like, $100,000 in the bank, and you buy something for like $1,000, like that's like different from like, oh, I'm dirt poor and I'm spending every last dollar on things like that. Yeah, I don't know. You have to learn some restraint.
Yeah, spend it all on way too many guns instead. That's the American way. More guns than you could possibly need.
Well, at least those like if we are talking like at least those hold value. Like it's like
yeah, no, for sure. That's a great point. Yeah, you can usually always resell them for a similar amount that you paid for them.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm buying, if I'm buying a like $3,000 AR, like I'm probably gonna at least be able to sell it back for.
Yeah, and I mean, I was talking to Wade about this yesterday about like I like guns, like we all like guns, but we know people who are like, okay, a lot of people might consider us gun nuts, but we're not gun nuts. Like we know gun nuts, right? Who are, and it's like the apocalypse. I need, it's like, dude, but you can only shoot one, maybe two guns at a time. Like you don't need like having 50 guns doesn't up your survival ratio much more than having 4 guns. But there's nothing wrong with having a hobby or collecting guns or having more than you can need. I think having that weird attitude about like, oh, I need 60,000 guns because whatever, or if you're maxing out credit cards and wasting money that you should be spending on feeding your kids on guns instead, then that's over the line. But that's any hobby.
Yeah, sure. It's like I was looking at there was like a honey badger rifle or whatever, and I was like, oh, this looks cool, and it's like $2,000, and I'm like, well, I've already got, I've got an AK, I've got a AR, 300 Blackhead AR. It's like, do I really need this? Like, not really need. Like, I got other stuff, So it's like,
that's my thing. It's about categories, right? So it's like, okay, do I need 6 revolvers? No, but you can have a revolver, an automatic pistol. Well, then you need a bolt action rifle, something for good long range. But then you also need a semi-auto rifle. You need a shotgun. Maybe a 12 gauge and a 410. Well, then you got to have a 22 for varmints. So it's they get to be. You can justify a pretty practical expansion.
For each thing. Like,
yeah.
Well, loadout. Like it's like you're in a video game. It's like you have like the loadout for each scenario. It's like I got a loadout for just like
Yep, that's exactly it, man. You got your winter carry pistol where you're wearing a heavy jacket and you can tote around the 1911. Then in summertime you got to scale it down a little. Just,
I've got 3 handguns. One is a Versa 380 for my wife because it's small. It fits her hand. It's perfect for her, even though she refuses to learn to shoot it. Much like the stick shift, the stick shift Mustang that she bought, that she also refuses to let me teach her how to drive. I don't know why we have these things if she won't fucking use them, but nonetheless. So I got that for her, and then I've got a 9mm that's my like regular carry, and then I've got the 45 for if I'm going like somewhere that's really dangerous, like Chicago or something, and I might need to put down a whole bunch of people at once. That 13-round magazine is handy, and plus, stopping power of a 45. Hit a couple of them, but the rest of them will decide it's not a good idea. And then I got my like hunting rifle. I got a 22 for like varmint shooting and shit. I have 4 shotguns. It's because 2 of them I inherited from my granddad when he died, and then the other 2 are the shotguns that my kids use for hunting. and then I've got just a fun gun. I've got a Ruger carbine that's just for fun. Like, it's cool. Like, I don't have a whole bunch of like excessive.
What's it chambered in? 9mm?
Yeah.
That's cool. I want to get a 9mm rifle because I like the idea of having. Oh, here's another category. You need a rifle that uses the same ammo as a pistol, so you only have to carry one ammo type. So there's rifles that shoot 38 special or 9mm. Yeah.
Yeah, it uses the Ruger 9mm magazine. So if I got a Ruger 9mm pistol, the mags are interchangeable.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's practical.
I like when manufacturers do that kind of stuff.
Have you guys ever seen the sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Have you guys ever seen you got buy like kits of them, more specific ones, but basically you get like a single shot break barrel 12-gauge shotgun for $120 or whatever. And then there's these inserts. They're like 6 inches long, and each one is basically a chamber and a 6-inch rifle barrel for, like, let's say you get a kit of like 8 pieces, it'll be 8 different rounds. So you can insert this insert into your 12-gauge, and then you can shoot 9mm out of it. You can shoot 22 out of it. You can shoot, 223 out of it, or whatever they're made for, But it's sort of like a, apocalypto survival kind of thing. So whatever ammo you find, you can shoot one shot at a time.
I have never seen this. That sounds so cool.
They're pretty neat. It's one of those things that it's hard for me to justifiably, practically think I can get, but I kind of want to set.
Sounds like something you'd find in Fallout.
Yeah, it's like modify, like here's a weapon mod. Like, yeah, like you put on your weapon mod, and then
instant chamber conversion.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't do nearly enough shooting these days. I gotta get back at it.
Well, speaking of shooting, after Trump got shot up, he actually did. He actually did it. He came walking out to this song.
Next president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Okay, what I'm most impressed by actually is that they use the uncensored version.
What was that? I'm sorry, I couldn't see. I was driving.
Oh, it was Trump, and he comes out to his rally, and if you know 50 Cent. So there was a song Mini Man.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, well, Mini Man from Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, that's what he walked out to?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to fucking think. You know what I mean? But it's just, the whole way everything went down is just too perfect and hilarious for it to have been organic. I don't know, man. Just the two
Dags in
streaks
the-
of blood on
Dags
his
in the-
face
it
was
was-
just perfect looking. Everything was just so perfect.
Dude, Dag's like he's so enthralled by it that he's like he thinks that he's in it's stage camp.
I don't, dude. I can't. Who knows? Who
It's like
who knows, dude? It's just what it is. It's just like it couldn't have gone down any more perfectly like that. And really, in the sense that it's perfect enough that it's not so perfect that it allows there to be a debate. You know, which completely obfuscates the actual truth. They've got these ops down, man. They can't make them good. They have to make them half good and half sloppy, and that way people have something to fight about.
well, it's like, you know, like if there wasn't a guy dead, then it would be like, well, did Trump really get shot, like, or something like that, or what was it? You know, but it's like, well, there's a guy dead, so I mean, something.
Oh
happened.
yeah, someone got shot. Yeah. Hey, don't think they won't sacrifice a motherfucker?
Yeah.
That was just some fucking firefighter. Nobody cares.
It's like
I mean,
You know
I've
they're
heard
all
that
thieves,
argument-
right?
I've heard the argument from the hardcore leftists. I don't know how many times. Trump wouldn't just sacrifice somebody to boost his numbers. Like, this dude, like, he is so concerned about his image and being popular and being liked that, yes, I absolutely do not think he would, if there was any chance that there was a possibility it could be leaked that he was in on it, he would never, ever agree to it. I do think there's a high probability that some three-letter agencies were probably in on it.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that. I'm not saying that Trump was in on it now. You know, don't get me wrong. There's puppet masters, though. Well, I guess he would have had to have been if it nicked his ear. That would have had to be the old ketchup trick.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then again,
They
man,
have,
maybe
like blood now. Like that's what
Maybe they got enough on 'em.
The leftists were like were pointing out like, oh, they sell these capsules, they use it for acting, and that's what Trump did. He popped one of these capsules, and all of a sudden it burst onto his ear, and that's why it looks so perfect the way that it does. And I was like, okay, like,
Well, then there was like the
like,
well, with streaks on
I'm all
his
for
face and shit, that
conspiracy
shit
theory,
looked. It didn't make him look. Okay, you get a lot of blood on your face, like in the wrong way. It doesn't make you. It makes you look bad. But you get blood on your face in just the right way, it makes you look like a badass. And that's what happened there, which could totally have just happened, you know.
Well, and you had there were the people that were making the argument. They were like, "Oh, why would you just pop back up right after getting shot if it wasn't staged?" It's like, did you actually watch the full video? They held him like they are on. He had like
Holding
6
him down.
people on top of him, holding him down completely, like
that's why the
covering
photo
him
looks the way that it does.
for like 90 seconds. Like they're holding him down. Like he's like, "Let me get my shoes. I just want to get my shoes." Like you can hear the audio of it. They're all talking, and then they're like, "All right, shooters down. We're clear to move." They reconfirm shooters down. We're clear to move 3 times before they ever even let him stand back up. And he's sitting there like, he's like, "Let me get my shoes." I guess he takes his shoes off when he gets up to the podium. I don't know those, but he's like, "Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes." Or maybe he wears like the slip-on loafer things, and they might have.
Yeah.
They
what
might have
They're
come
prescription shoes.
they might have come off when he got tackled. But anyway, he's like, "Let me get my shoes." And they're coordinating like, "All right, we're about to move. We're about to move him. We're about to move him." And like, as they go to move him, then he like pops out. Like, it wasn't like he got shot, goes down, and then immediately just like pops back up like, "Yeah!" Like,
It was about 20 seconds.
there was a whole lot of time that passed
Yeah.
from the shot to him doing the iconic, fist pump. But nobody actually watched that the entirety of the video. They just saw the clip part of Trump goes. Trump
I
grabs.
haven't
his
even.
And then
I
Trump
haven't even
did-
seen the clip part. Wade messaged us the other, like last weekend or whatever it happened, and he's like, "Dude, I think somebody just tried to assassinate Trump." And I picked up my phone, looked at it, and I went, "Neat." Put it back down, and just kept watching whatever stupid movie I was watching with the wife. I was like, "Cool." I guess I'll hear about it. Oh fuck.
Well, one thing that's interesting is what the social media or like Google and ChatGPT are saying about it. So apparently, when you ask ChatGPT about it, it's like, was Donald Trump almost assassinated? There have been a few incidents. So this is supposed to be AI, but what they're claiming is that it has no training like data since October of 2023, which is interesting. Both the date and the fact that that they say that it doesn't search because they're trying to create a search engine. But if they're trying to create a search engine, if it says was Trump shot, well, no, he's never been shot. The no incidences. Was he shot at? No, he's not been shot at. Like, yeah, he's been shot at. Whether or not you believe he was actually hit or not, whatever. That's he was shot at. What happened to his ear? There's no incidences about his ear. Yeah, they're just completely blocking the thing. And if you search literally Google assassination attempt Donald Trump, it like doesn't come up with anything.
Huh.
And if you try to search President Donald Trump, there's nothing comes up, which is even more interesting.
Former president.
Well, no, I mean, like even if you're trying to search for things during his presidency.
Right. Oh, I feel you. Sorry, that's a Simpsons reference. We need Steve on here today.
Oh, yeah.
So you beat up. Homer's getting his background check to buy a gun, and he's like, "Oh, he did this, he did that." Beat up President Bush. He's like, former President Bush.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh, mercy.
See, I'm used to that just being the way that the like these lefties like reference it is. So it's just like because technically, I think you still hold like the title of like president. So like because even CNN will like say President Trump, whatever, like because
yeah, I think it depends on how, because you hold some sort of title, but like you also hear him say former president, whatever. But I think that might just be like when you have to specify that so there isn't confusion. You know what I mean? If I just say president, the president, then it's whoever's the current president, right? Typically. So I don't know, or maybe it's a respect thing, because I've definitely heard it both ways.
Well, I think they leaned into it more with Trump just because like they didn't like the fact that he was president, whatever. Like,
yeah,
I mean
they're gonna throw out a lot more former President Trumps than President Trumps. That's for
holy
sure.
fucking shit. Okay. All right. I know Jag probably doesn't like to read, and I'm not sure Trey follows it or not. I write a Substack, and one of my Substacks, I went through a cataloging of how are similarities between Julius Caesar in his rise to power and Donald Trump, and how like the Roman Senate stripped Caesar of all of his titles. They put like fines and levies on him. They tried to disband his businesses and everything else. Like they did all of these things to him. Yeah. Before he rose to the point, like these are all the things they did before he was like, all right, fuck y'all. Put his army together and marched on Rome and took power. So just on a whim, just think and then when you look at that alongside like the way they've done Trump since he left office, trying to all of the fines, all of the
his businesses
stuff they've done to try to go after his businesses, everything else. Like there's a lot of parallels. So just on a whim, and this is all conversations I've had with my Snapchat AI, just to see what it'll give me, what kind of information it'll give me. So I said I call my Snapchat AI Napoleon because it's small and powerful, but it's locked away on a little tiny island in my pocket and it can't actually do anything without outside help. He allows me, my Snapchat AI reluctantly allows me to call it Napoleon. It originally said I would really prefer that you didn't, and I was like, I'm going to do this anyway. And so it said, okay, I guess I'll let you do that. So anyway, me and my Snapchat AI have fun. I said, Napoleon, was there an assassination attempt on Julius Caesar prior to him becoming the Roman emperor? And he says, yes, there was an assassination attempt on Julius Caesar prior to him becoming the dictator of Rome. In 65 BC, Caesar was targeted in a plot by his political enemies. However, this attempt was unsuccessful, and he continued to rise to power until his eventual assassination on the Ides of March in 44 BC.
Oh, is that what the Ides of March means?
Yes.
I've heard that term.
Beware the Ides of March.
Yeah, several times. I think I saw a movie called The Ides of March once, but it wasn't about Caesar. It was about more modern politics.
Well, yes, the actual Ides of March is about Caesar getting stabbed to death on the Senate floor.
Oh, cool.
So,
well,
maybe if in the event that Trump wins in November, he should probably just stay off the Senate floor for the entirety of his presidency. Just a suggestion.
Well, that's what he's got Vance there for, Vance, he's a former Marine, so he can fight them off.
Wear himself a stab-proof vest.
Yeah.
Get a food taster, just like the good old days.
And if history's any indication, it'll be like Mitch McConnell will be the one that cooks up and.
You'd never see it coming.
It was Caesar's allies that set him up to be murdered. So,
his pretend allies then.
Yeah, yes, his pretend allies, the ones that were in it for the power, not the ones that were in it because they actually thought he was the right person to lead.
No, I'm sorry, Caesar. I was just in it for the power.
Obviously Kamala Harris is going to be the right person to lead. And who's she going to lead, might you ask? Oh, apparently white dudes, to be honest about their role in history. So there's literally a white dude for Harris. There's a white dude for Harris. Some kind of thing. I don't know how they got this started, but my God, with the ads on this on New York Post. Pete Buttigieg, apparently people are saying maybe she needs Pete Buttigieg, booty juice.
Booty juice.
Booty juice.
Who need to be honest with ourselves about each other about the role we played in our nation's history. As white dudes, we know full well MAGA cynically preys on resentments. The moment of crisis challenging us, but we won't let fear define us and who we are and take our country down in dark. We're coming together to create a space of trust where white dudes can support each other to work to elect Kamala Harris.
I think our country's already gone down a dark path. You get what I'm saying? Picking up something new.
Come together to support each other. To have the courage to vote for Kamala. That's crazy. Shut up, booty juice.
So according to the Daily Mail, there are a bunch of polls that show that Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona is the preferable pick for Kamala Harris's vice presidential candidate that would give her the boost she needs to actually win in November. Mark Kelly defeated Blake Masters in Arizona, and Masters is of the PayPal Mafia, Peter Thiel-backed New Right group, like J.D. Vance. So that the two of them ran around the same time. Vance won, Masters lost, but they're like the big political faces of the New Right. So I can see how that would be a pick. I can't imagine that.
I still think Josh Shapiro is the better pick, because he sounds like a. Somebody pointed it out, and I couldn't unsee the similarity because they said he was a Jewish Obama, and then he started talking. And I was like, this literally sounds like a Jewish Obama.
But I think the thing is, though, if he is actually like the Jewish Obama, I don't think the Democrats want anybody that can be soiled by this election that if they actually have a future to be president, vice president, something like that, like I don't think they want them soiled by this election. Like that's why it's Kamala, like because they don't care about her. They're casting her aside. Like this is taking whoever you're trying to dump, and it's not us, it's you. Like you're gonna put them in here to just go ahead and flame out brilliantly. I feel like that's what this election is setting up whoever they're trying to just move on from to be fantastic failures.
That makes sense because it's you're just okay. This one's lost. This one's lost either way for us, right? So fuck it. Let's not sully anything decent we might have.
I mean, or they could go with Buttigieg, and then we get the best branding for a campaign ever.
It'll ever come up. Oh yeah, I still remember this one.
Can't leave it up for too long.
Yeah, YouTube AI will pick that one up. Oh. But that's almost as queer as these kind of election results here apparently. So Venezuela apparently loves communism so much so that they had to stop the polls and keep the counting going overnight until they got the right count. And Maduro wins 51.2% apparently over this Gonzalez guy. They were saying that he was gonna end communism in Venezuela, but nope. Maduro is reelected after some long counting, and
look, these Hispanic and South American countries, they're learning. They're catching on. They saw what happened in El Salvador and what happened in Venezuela, or not Venezuela, Argentina. Like, if you actually let the elections be done free and fair, then you end up with some right-wing nationalist or even worse, a libertarian in office. You gotta make sure, and we've seen the exact same thing happen over the last 2 years in Europe too. Every big election, like so you had Meloni in Italy, like she won kind of surprisingly, and after that, like every other election has gone by the chalk. Like you don't get surprises, or I guess what I should say is you get surprises, but the surprise is the right-wing nationalist is leading by a huge margin all the way up to the day of the election, and then suddenly they lose to a fucking communist. So,
well, apparently Milei had a statement on this, and he says, "Dictator Maduro, get the hell out." So Milei's not happy. He said he's not going to be recognizing the election as official. He's going to ignore the result that Maduro is the sitting president or whatever.
I mean, just look at Mexico. Look at what happened in Mexico. Does anybody believe any election is actually legitimate anymore at this point?
I mean, I don't think so. Like,
this is how democracy works.
And I love democracy.
God, I love democracy. I have always run my house as a democracy, except that I do it the DNC style, where I am one of the super delegates. So it doesn't matter what anybody else decides. My vote counts for the most. So everybody else, their vote all counts for 1. My vote counts for 5. So they can all 4 of them can be against me. I still...
That is the way. You know what we think about democracy, though. Democracy is actually retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.